Okay, guys, we're just waiting for our guest Priti Ravi to join. We are having some technical issues here. Just wait. Okay, I really don't know what is the issue here. Okay, guys, we are having some issues with the joining of this live session. The guest is not able to join and can't see the video as well. I think now, yes, now finally we can. Yeah. Okay. So finally, thank you so much, Preeti, for being here, and finally we could do this. So guys, thank you so much those who are here because हमने I think पिछले 10, 15, 20 minutes से we have been trying to get this sorted.
No,
So
I don't know how come that happened. First time that the glitch of audio.
okay, Preeti, your audio is a little dicey right now. Can you speak a little bit more clearer? I think थोड़ा सा audio issue हो रहा है लग रहा है.
Is it audible now?
Yeah, yeah, it is. You can speak a little bit more and then we'll see. So I think before we start, just like the guests who are here on this, so please you can just write if they can see us and they can hear us well. So then we can start. So just wait for I think more people to join. So Preeti, how have you been? कैसा चल रहा? How's your day going?
Everything's going fine. A lot of work. But you know how's life.
Okay, I think Preeti थोड़ा सा तुम्हारा ऑडियो थोड़ा सा दूर से आ रहा है ऐसा लग रहा है it's not very clear. Can people in the guest list also just in the comments write if they can hear Preeti's voice? Yeah, so Aditya is saying that voice is breaking, Preeti. थोड़ा सा
Oh, okay, give
if
me one.
you sure. So while Preeti waits to get this sorted, so firstly, thank you so much, guys, for joining in. We hope that more and more people will join for today's session. It's about today's session is all about corporate Spanish, and we're going to wait for more people to join, and then once Preeti gets her audio sorted, we will start with that. So. Just wait for more people to join. And as you go along, please do write in your input, and we will have we'll have some dedicated time for more in terms of what you need to ask.
My voice is audible now.
Yeah, now I think it's better. Maybe when you speak more, we'll get to know more about it. So.
I think I don't know. Somehow there's a network.
Could be. Maybe you can switch on your video and then.
Is it fine? My voice is not.
हाँ अभी तो ठीक है as maybe the more you speak we'll get to know.
Okay. Someone from my fine. Is it breaking or what?
Okay. हाँ हम बात करते हैं प्रीति. Let's start and I would request our guest to please tell us if there is any break in voice of any one of us. So maybe you can switch on your video now, Preeti, and we can start. Okay. So Yeah, we have about 6 people right now. We expect and hope that more and more people will join. So, firstly, thank you so much, Preeti, for being here. And let me tell you, guys, those who are here, that this the guest that we have today is not just a guest of today. She's a very very dear friend of mine as well. We have done our masters, together. And Preeti was my junior, but we used to spend a lot of time together in the campus, and we have learned Spanish. Our initial years of Spanish have been together. So, and now to see, both of us doing in well in our respective fields, it's a great thing to come back to and talk about the common theme that we have, which is Spanish. So, let me just introduce the guest to Preeti. So, Priti Ravi is a Spanish language professional and with over 13 years of professional experience in Spanish language teaching, translation, and corporate training. Preeti is also a very seasoned expert dedicated to bridging communication gaps across cultures. And she is specialized in a wide range of fields from legal and technical documents to creative and business communications. And she also combines linguistic precision with a deep understanding of cultural nuances. And currently, she's working as a Spanish language resource in a very reputed corporate in Gurgaon. And today's topic, as you would have probably seen in the Insta post that I put, not just on Insta, but on all other social media platforms like LinkedIn and Facebook as well. This is all about corporate Spanish and corporate career in Spanish because, as we all know, आजकल लैंग्वेज का काफी ज्यादा डिमांड हो रहा है and people are learning foreign language with the aim of joining good companies and being able to earn money through the expertise of learning a foreign language and learning Spanish in this case. तो हम इसके बारे में इन डिटेल बात करेंगे और जैसे जैसे हम बात करते जाएंगे whatever questions you may have, you can please put in there. We are doing this conversation in both English and Hindi. Yeah, the reason being that we want to reach out to more and more people. But yes, of course, if you want to, both of us speak Spanish. So if you want to ask something right in Spanish, you can always do that. Your questions. So we will have the chat, maybe depending on how it goes, for maybe half an hour, 20 minutes or half an hour. And then last minute, 15, 20 minutes that will be left, we will try to take in your questions. You can even put in your questions in between. So I will take them at the end of the conversation with Preeti. So Preeti, let me start with your Spanish journey. Actually, that how did you start learning Spanish, or and why did you start learning Spanish?
Well, why we learn Spanish, like boom for learning foreign languages. I was amazed by my cousins
I think, Preeti, again there is some break in the voice. I think you need to sort out. I think
Okay,
it's got to do with the mic of the phone, or I don't know what it is.
give me one
Maybe
minute.
if you can put in your earphones and see.
1 minute, so that I'll do.
Sure, sure, sure. We are very sorry, guys, for this. Um, you know, Technology is like that. Anytime anything can happen. So while Preeti gets her mic sorted, in the meantime, let me take some comments here. So a good friend of mine, Rupa. I hope you're doing well, Rupa. And so she's saying the voice is breaking. So we are going to see that can get sorted. And Harsh is saying, yo empecé en 2020 durante el confinamiento. Muy bien. Así que, Harsh, puedes compartir con nosotros tu experiencia de empezar español durante el confinamiento, porque me imagino que hubiera sido bastante difícil empezar durante el confinamiento, ¿no? Así que, por favor, escribe más sobre tu experiencia aquí para que nosotros podamos conocerte mejor. Okay, so okay, great, Rupa. So good to know that you are doing your MA, and it's great. Uh, learning never stops. So I'm sure that you're enjoying all the literature that you're reading. So as I had told right at the beginning, that Preeti and I, we both did our masters together. I was 1 year senior to her, and we also did a lot of literature. So you can always share, Rupa, a little bit about what kind of novels you are reading as part of your MA, and which poets are you reading, and what sort of history, because literature MA is all about literature and history, so it'll be good to know that. Okay, so yeah, so Harsh is saying that yo empecé en 2020 porque no tenía nada que hacer, ya que mi universidad estaba cerrada por el COVID. Oh, muy bien. Ok, entonces es una buena manera de pues aprovechar el tiempo para aprender algo, ¿no? Y aprender una lengua extranjera es algo ah, muy bonito, ¿no? Y no solo te da oportunidades más prácticas en futuro, sino también es una manera de abrir la mente, ¿no? Y yo creo que esto es algo muy, muy, muy bueno. Pues por eso espero que estés disfrutando tu aprendizaje de español, Harsh. ¿Sí? Um, so just waiting for Preeti to get her mic sorted because her voice is breaking. So once again, guys, apologies. Mil perdonas por este problema que tenemos. Bueno, pues como os dije en inglés antes, que la tecnología es algo que a veces no tenemos control sobre esto, ¿no? Y por eso, ¿ok? While Preeti, I think, has left, so wait for her to join. I'll take Aditya's comment here.
Am I
Okay.
now, Siddharth?
So, Preeti, what's happening is that you are audible, but we only get to know once you speak more, because sometimes in between the words get cut.
Hope this time
So
it's better. I fixed all the networks and I hope my
o-
voice is audible to everyone there on this
yeah,
Insta.
maybe you can be closer to the mobile, and
Yeah.
that way we'll be able to. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
okay. Okay, so I hope abhi see we'll only get to know once you start speaking more तभी पता चलेगा, but I think hopefully things will be sorted. So guys, welcome. I think some more people have joined from the last time that we were talking. So just to give you a brief intro again of Preeti, I had told that earlier, but I can repeat it here. So in a nutshell, Preeti is a Spanish language resource person in a very reputed company, in a corporate company in Gurgaon, and she comes with more than 13 years of experience. She has been a Spanish language teacher, translator as well, apart from being a corporate trainer. And now, in the last many years, over 13 years, she has dedicated herself to working in the corporate. So, uh, the reason why this session is being conducted is for a lot of you to understand what it takes to learn the language and to start working in a corporate, and what kind of challenges you may face, and how you can crack your interviews, and what all necessary qualifications you should have. So we're going to cover a few of those aspects here. So I hope that we can have a smooth conversation here. So Preeti, I was asking you about how you started learning Spanish. So can you please answer that question?
Well,
And why
Siddharth,
did you start learning?
I completed my Spanish from the same college where you did, from
Mm.
University of Department to the Germanic Romance Studies. So initially, like I was influenced by the people they were learning German French at that time. I chose Spanish because I was fond of some biggest songs, so that was the reason somewhere. At the same time, I did think about the before joining this university. So later on, gradually, I started. I love with the language. I fell in love with the language, Spanish culture, music,
Okay.
and yes, everything about Spanish language and its culture. So it was amazing journey. I would say like it was like I've learned lot about Spain and Spanish culture and where Spanish is spoken.
Mm. I think Preeti, what's happening again, the problem is that this time it's slightly better, but in between the words keep getting cut. Um, I don't know what could be the issue here. So we can also have a comment here that people are not able to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
give me 1 minute.
I think. Yeah, sure, sure. Um, so really sorry guys for this. If any one of you is working as a Spanish corporate person here, then probably, I mean, you may not need to know a lot about it because you're already learning, but you can probably share with us here about your experience, and so that others can also learn. So while the audio issues are getting sorted, a good friend of mine here, Guri, he's saying that could you please recommend any book or novel, anything up to B2 level? I want to work on my vocabulary slightly. So, see, as far as Guri talking about B2 level is concerned, you can always start with short stories. There are some short stories of Gabriel Garcia Marquez and Mario Vargas Llosa, among many others that you can Google, and you will always get a lot of material. Start with short stories, and then slowly you can build on with novels. Yeah, we'll take some more. So hopefully we can have a much better communication right now. Preeti, I hope things are sorted
Yeah,
now.
am I audible better?
Yeah, a little better now. Yeah. So can please continue. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Let's start.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can
So
you
I
can
was
you can
talking
continue
about,
about how
yeah,
you started.
yeah. I studied from University of Delhi from Department of Germanic and Romance Study, where I did my master's, and at the same time I did my specialization in Spanish teaching as a school teacher and a corporate trainer.
Mhm.
So far so good. I'm amazingly doing good, and I'm really in love with Spanish language and the culture. So yes, there's no doubt that why I learned it because of music, culture, and I read a lot about some Spanish artists before starting my career as a Spanish language resource.
Right, right. So, Priti, many of us are when we are starting to learn, we most of us want to learn because obviously we want to have a look at career opportunities in Spanish. No, there are yes many people who learn for the love of the language, but then majority of us obviously want to learn because we want to build a career, and we are told that you can have a wonderful career in Spanish if you study it. So I want to know firstly, how is the corporate scene, and how can one prepare when you talk about giving interviews, and what kind of opportunities in corporates can you get?
Okay, let's start with the, corporate life and corporate culture. What are the opportunities are there?
Yeah.
So I would say if you learn a foreign language, so you can add some other education also. Like if you are from the commerce background, so you can work in big firms that we have, and
Hmm.
they pay you really good as a language expert. And at the same
Hmm.
time, you have a finance knowledge, so you can just it's icing on the cake. Despite you have a finance knowledge, but at the same time you are a foreign language expert, so
Hmm.
they provide you, and I would say like they give you a really handsome salary initially as a fresher because at the same time you are a finance expert, you have a language expertise. So these things adds to your resume. So this is
Hmm.
really important to the people who are from the finance background. Apart from that,
Hmm.
if you really want to do in something like customer care, yes, for the fresher, I would recommend if you want to start your career as foreign language expert or
Hmm.
resource, you should start from the BPOs. They give you good opportunity. There's no such thing like BPO, you're working BPO. No, they give you really good opportunity. They pay you really
Hmm.
well. There you can improve your foreign, skills, your speaking skills, and interpersonal skills, how you talk with the natives, and you have a lot of exposure while working in BPOs and customer care services. So I think
Hmm.
second is the customer care services. So you get a lot of opportunity in customer care services. Third,
Mm-hmm.
now we have a lot of new organization where they want the people who know good Spanish
Mm-hmm.
as a translator. They can translate documents. So if you
Mm-hmm.
complete your, Spanish, and after that you just, also do the translation studies, and you know how, if you're good in translation, so you can be in the LPU where you have to translate a lot of documents. And we these days we have a lot of demand for the people who can translate documents. So I would say, like,
Mm-hmm.
not just Spanish speaking, you should know how to write perfectly and how to translate the documents. So yes, LPO, KP, yes, LPOs are the one third, field where you can apply as a language resource. And yes, fourth is, yes, tourism. Where, I won't say there's a substantially good demand for the translator, interpreter, as we have some clients from Latin America. We have a lot of countries where we speak Spanish. So yes, a lot of travelers, tourism industry really need good translator, and you can
Mm-hmm.
become a freelance guide and interpreter
Mm-hmm.
as well. So yes, fourth is, yes, you can, be good with your Spanish speaking skills, and you can work as a guide and interpreter. So
Right, right.
yeah, more like these days, yes, any day teacher, which is, we
Yeah,
are the teachers. We know, like,
yeah.
if you are good in Spanish, for the teacher, you need to really good with your grammar. Any day you have to practice a lot before becoming a, Spanish teacher. Because yes,
Right,
we these days we have a lot of IB, IGCSE, and CBSE schools where we need Spanish teachers. So I guess, yes,
right,
it's not like you have to complete your daily exams to be a good teacher in Spanish language. So
right,
these are
right,
some major, career prospect after doing your Spanish language you should start. So yes,
right.
learning Spanish language or any foreign language, you will get a lot of opportunity. And if you are already having other, expertise like finance and IT field, yes, you should learn a foreign language. That will give you an edge any day.
Right. I think that's very well said, Preeti. जो आपने सबसे पहले कहा that you have to have an alternate career as well, an alternate expertise जिसके साथ you can complement your Spanish. Otherwise, if you want to go only into Spanish, then also I think you can always get into corporates. Like Preeti herself, she did her BA and her MA in Spanish, so. I think apart from that, people, I would also recommend strongly people that, if unless I think if you want to go into say school teaching or university teaching, then I think it's feasible to do your specialization in Spanish and do your MA and probably your PhD as well later on. But I think if you are looking at corporates, then it's always better to do to do an expertise in some other field like a BCom or an IT expert as Preeti has said, and then complement it with Spanish. So इसके लिए in fact एक question इसमें chat में भी आया Preeti, that is delay enough? So I think what Ritika is probably referring to is mostly in terms of teaching, I guess. But please can you discuss the importance of delay for corporate opportunities, and how important it is, and how one can prepare for it, as well as how can one prepare for interviews in corporates?
Yeah, definitely, Siddharth. Like, Delhi, I won't say that Delhi is just a certification. Delhi is give you a complete, a stamp on your, any certification that you've done from any university or institute. If you've done Delhi, then you are clear. Like, you can show the world, yes, you are proficient in that particular level of Spanish or any language. So I would say in corporate, or be it a teacher, you want to be a teacher. So you should have Delhi, which is really important these days. Delhi give you more edge. You get a lot of exposure once you complete that Delhi. You improve your proficiency in Spanish speaking, writing skills, and the grammar. So I think everyone should do Delhi. And if you talk about the teaching, yes, Delhi C1 is really important. You have to complete that if you want to pursue your career in teaching field, where teachers should be really good in your grammar and teaching skills. So C1 is really important. Rest for this corporate, where I would talk about, like, BPO's customer care, I think B1, B2 is sufficient. And Delhi B1, B2, you need to have that certification if you want to work in corporate. Yes, B1, B2, which is really important. And rest, yes, if you want to pursue further in studies, yes, you should go for C1 Delhi.
Yeah.
It's really important,
Right.
very important.
So I think as Preeti is saying, Delhi exams are very important, be it in teaching and be it in corporates. Here we are going to focus more on corporates only because that's the major. I mean, the theme of today's conversation. So I think if you are getting into corporates, you should make sure that you're having your Delhi, as Preeti says, B1 or B2. I would say personally that आप B2 target कीजिए, because if you target B2, then you will obviously sail through B1.
Yeah,
So that is extremely important. And Preeti, so when how does one prepare for interviews? Because that's something that I'm sure a lot of the people here who are looking for jobs in corporate sector would be wondering that how do they prepare for interview? What kind of questions can be expected, especially to a fresher, and how does one answer? So इसमें in your years of experience, I'm sure आपने थोड़ा बहुत you would have probably participated in recruitment process. Have you been part of any kind of recruitment
yeah,
process for your
yeah.
team members? Yeah. So
Yes,
I'm sure
Siddharth. Yes.
you can talk about it. How does one what are the key things that a team leader looks for when he or she is interviewing especially a fresher?
Yes. For the fresher first, you should have at least B1 if you want to work in corporate initially as a fresher. Because in BPOs and some organization, they want at least B1, B2, where you need to have daily B1, B2. Second, you need to research first where you're gonna, give your interview. You should research before going for any interview, what kind of job profile, what are the, nature of work they are doing in that organization, and and all the vocabulary which is required for that particular job. You need to revise before going for any interview for that particular organization. For example, if you're going for a organization which deals with tools and machines, you should have the, all the vocabulary handy when you go for an interview, because the interviewer is going to ask you all those questions like what knowledge do you have and what are your expertise, what's your strength, and they going to judge you for all those things. And maximum times they judge your grammar and your proficiency in how good you have researched before coming for the interview. So any day you should just go through research well before going for any appearing for any interview. Learn about the business and what kind of job profile they're expecting your, the demand of that particular job profile and how you will perform. At the same time, your grammar, your basic introduction should be perfect. You can't just go and randomly seek anything. You should prepare from where you started, what you did, what's your strengths, what's your weakness, how will you handle that particular job profile, how will you perform. So these things should be done, completely prepared in Spanish. This is going to be like for the pressure that's they're going to ask you all those questions. So be prepared thoroughly before going for the interview.
Mm.
And
Okay.
your resume,
And
I would like to add one more thing. Your resume
yeah.
should be perfectly prepared, can show your expertise. For generally what I found when I was taking interview, they were never prepared with their resume. It was very
Mm.
weak with resume, which I found many times, and I have to ask and advise them, please prepare a good resume where you can just mention where you did Spanish, what level of Spanish you have, whether you have
Mm.
done Delhi or not, from where you studied. And so these things really matter. The way you present yourself in CV, it's really important. So please, these are the basic things that you have to keep in mind before going for an interview.
So here I would like to ask you, Preeti, इसमें जैसे आपने कहा अभी that your resume should be fine. Can you explain it a little bit in terms of what kind of errors do you find generally or in resume? Is it the visual appeal of the resume, or is it the formatting is not correct, or the grammar used in the resume is not correct? What kind of errors do you find in resumes?
Well, I'll differentiate it. I am not going to tell the technical things, but yes, what I found, I can share that
Yeah.
knowledge with you. Like if you're going for like any organization which is in India, they're seeking a language expert. So yes, the visual presentation of your CV should be good. You should,
Mhm.
review your CV before, applying for any job. You are judged by your, CV any day for the font, and you should get it done from any professional. So it's really important that you should have a perfect CV before, because it's a professional thing. People take it very lightly, like, oh, it's just a part-time job or this and that. So no, you should not be like that. If you're starting your professional career, you should be careful what kind of CV that you're presenting. And second, if I'm talking about the companies which are in Spain or Spanish-speaking organization, and they're seeking your CV in Spanish. So yes, the grammar, the formatting, the way you present your curriculum vitae, that which is very important. They look for how you have presented and how you have written your Spanish in that particular CV. So that's really important. These are the things that I found, and I've worked on that initially in my career. So yes, those things really matters. So for all the fresher who are working and want to apply for those, their jobs, you should get it done before starting and applying for any job. That will help you
Okay.
to,
Okay.
show
Okay.
yourself better in any organization.
That's very interesting, Preeti. So Preeti, now I told people right at the beginning that Preeti is working with one of the top companies in Gurgaon. So if we talk about Preeti, what are the most well-known companies in Delhi NCR? But I'm sure there are guests in this conversation who may be from other parts of India also. तो अगर आप if you can tell a little bit about Pan India, कौन-कौन से ऐसे companies हैं जहाँ पे good companies where you can apply for a Spanish language resource?
Okay. Yes, some I know very well. Like for the fresher, like I think maximum people know about this organization when they, start their career. Like I Energizer, I
Mhm,
think people talk about a lot about this organization, but yes, this
mhm,
organization give you good exposure initially at your career. So when you're
mhm,
fresher, so you should start
mhm,
from there. You get a good salary for a fresher who just passed from the, just completed the graduation at the same time,
mhm,
A1 or till B1, I would say. So
mhm,
I think you should start from iEnergizer. And there's some project that comes for the fresher as well for the, translation, or maybe some as a supportive translator, because recently I saw some of my students and friends, they went for this walk for a day, I think day or two. They have to just
mhm,
support a person for this translation. They have to tell the, important information from that particular document. So yes, B1 level is really important for that. So there is some organization, these are LPOs. So you can
mhm.
apply in those LPOs, and one of them is United Legs. So you can, yes, I'm naming that organization, Energizer United Legs. You can apply there and
Okay.
you can have a full-time job there. So please just go
Okay.
and apply there. And the people who have a finance background, who have done commerce, and the one who have the CA knowledge, so you can just go for like big four firms, Deloitte, EY, and PwC. They give you good opportunity, but yes, a
Mhm,
lot of work. You have a lot of finance work, and you
mhm,
should have the good knowledge about the finance if you are going for these
mhm,
big four firms.
mhm,
Rest tourism, yes, there's some travel agency which required a good Spanish where you have to deal with clients, which is more of a verbal job. So you should go for
mhm,
those organizations. Fourth is
mhm,
this teaching. There is some part-time jobs for the teachers in institute.
mhm.
There are a lot of institutes where they ask for like part-time teachers. So you can start as a private teacher in institutes where
Right.
you can just tie up with them. You can go for like class.
Mhm. I think Preeti, you got muted, I think. Yeah. Okay. Uh, no, you're not audible.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, yeah, now you are. Now, beach mein, I
Yeah.
think you got muted. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So you
So
when you talk about the big four, usme, and you are saying that finance knowledge should be very good. So I think usme then you can with your expertise of Spanish you can always also demand for a higher salary as well. Am I right?
exactly,
Mhm.
exactly. Any day you will get a
Yeah.
good package initially. And if you have a previous experience of other field and you
Right,
know the Spanish language or any foreign language, so
right.
important what they seek, like if you're good in like accounting. So you can call
Right.
those big four firms and they seek a foreign language resource. So you can just, mention this in your, CVs, and when you're applying, you should check those kind of jobs, especially search
Okay.
Spanish or for any particular language that you're seeking. So you should
Okay.
search for that, and then you just prepare yourself, your CV accordingly, and they will offer you like initially a good package. These days, yeah, they are giving you a really nice, handsome salary.
Hmm.
So I think you should go for like big four firms. They give you really
Wow.
good opportunity. All the benefits and perks you'll be provided in this kind of jobs.
Right. Right. So I think, yeah, people with finance background, if you add Spanish language to it, I think it's going to be really worthwhile for you to actually ask for a better package. So I think that's why learning Spanish becomes extremely important as well from that perspective. So Preeti, would like to ask you, what are the salaries at the entry level, in corporates? So can you give us a figure in terms of what are the current rates that are going around? What can one expect for someone who is starting? And maybe you can also talk about, if people have experience, what kind of percentage that in salary can they ask for when they are shifting?
Oh, well, Siddharth, it depends on organization to organization. Well, which I observed after, this COVID. Post-COVID, there are a lot of, changes happened in this organization. They have just reduced the salary bracket for the freshers. But I won't say like all of them have done this thing, but yes, some organization have reduced the packages. Earlier, they used to, in Bangalore and other cities, Pune, they used to pay really good amount, the packages to the freshers as well. But these days, they have reduced it. But yes,
Mhm.
coming days, you will find good packages if you have at least 1 or 2 years of experience. You can, seek good salary between 5 to 10. So I
Yeah.
think for the fresher also as a language resource, you can seek between initially from 5
Okay.
lakh to 10 lakh. So that
Okay.
is a bracket I would
Mhm.
suggest you to please just check with the organization. And if you're really good,
Okay.
please sell yourself really well.
Mhm.
So you will
Mhm.
definitely get a good salary.
Okay. So the 5 to 10 job career, Preeti, this is for this range that you were saying is for freshers, yeah?
Yeah, it's for
Or
fresher and the one
Mhm.
who at least have a 1 year of experience. If they
Okay.
start, yes, if you're completely new to this, first time you're going for the Spanish, yes, it will be little
Yeah.
less, like between 3 lakh to 5 lakh between that.
Okay.
But I think
Okay.
still it is better for the person who is just
Right.
completed their graduation, who have at least A2 level of Spanish. I think that is
Right.
still good salary. But it
Right.
the work
Right.
depends accordingly, and then you get a job
Right.
accordingly.
Right. That's very very informative, and again it highlights the importance of learning the language. अगर आप language learn करोगे तो you can obviously ask for slightly more as well. So then if you talk about Preeti, once you get into the corporate, उसके बाद what? So let's say if someone, you said that minimum you require in terms of delay is B1. But as you go along, is there incentive कि अगर कोई delay B2 करता है तो is there promotion in terms of your work, or is there any salary hike that you get, or otherwise, how can one once you enter into a corporate as a Spanish language resource, तो उसके बाद आगे what is the step up in terms of positions in corporates?
Okay, yeah, that's that. Like honestly speaking, you can't just rely completely on one language, just a
Hmm.
foreign language. You should
Yeah.
add something new in your, profile. You should start
Yeah.
learning new technical things if you really want to sustain yourself in corporate. There's a lot of the
Hmm.
courses that you can do it, and at the same time, you are a language resource. So definitely, any day you will get an edge. You have upper hand comparatively to the other employees. But yes, if you
Right.
sustain, you're looking forward for a long-term career in corporate. Yes, you have a stable career. You get a good opportunity. You can become, you can climb the ladder of the corporate. But yes, the more you climb the ladder of, corporate, the usage of Spanish will decrease. But it's not
Hmm.
like that you will completely, not use this language. You will, but yes, you have to prepare yourself. Like you can't just say, yeah, I'm a language expert until unless you are in translation, interpretation, or guiding. But if yes, in this corporate world,
you have to add something more into your profile, not just
Mhm,
confined to,
mhm,
yes,
mhm.
I'm a language expert, I want to do this and that. No, you have to learn this. So I've learned
Right,
over a period of time a lot of other things, people handling, team handling, client dealing,
right,
business development, and these things
right.
really helped me to improve my career in this, corporate. So I'm not just, yeah, I love teaching Spanish. That's the reason I'm still doing that. But yes, I want to, do really good in corporate. So I'm still sustaining my, a career in this corporate world. So you should keep on learning something new. There's a lot
Right,
of technical
right,
courses. If you have interest in technical things, you should go ahead. If you have
right.
interest in IT field, yes, you should do all the free courses which is available on these websites, career websites. So you should go ahead with those things as well. So yes, adding all every time if you really want to go ahead on corporate.
Mhm. I think, yeah, I think that that's a very important point by Priti. I think apart from obviously, improving your qualifications for Delhi, you should also, as Priti says, continue to learn more. अपने आप को upgrade करना in terms of other technical aspects, maybe doing some other courses as well in corporate is very important. So I think these are words of wisdom that people should all keep in mind.
Yeah.
So, before we move ahead, let me just tell all our viewers here that there are a lot of comments that have come in. So please wait for our conversation to get over, and then we'll take all the conversations together, all the comments together. So please do kindly hang on there. I know a lot of questions are there, so please keep writing, and we'll take them at the end. So, Preeti, my next question is, how can, as you said that. जैसे जैसे हम हायर अप द लैडर जाते कॉर्पोरेट में मे बी स्पेनिश का उतना ज्यादा यूज नहीं होता है बट स्टिल द यूज इज इम्पोर्टेंट सो हाउ डू वी then make sure that we are continuing to improve our level of Spanish because many times मैंने ये कुछ लोगों से सुना है that after a few years there's learning of Spanish is sort of थोड़ा stagnant सा हो जाता है. So how do you what kind of things that you recommend to people who are in corporate to make sure that they are continuing to improve their language? What can they do?
Well, there are a lot of opportunities, a lot other tools to keep on improving your Spanish or any foreign language that you're learning. I think we have the best tool is this Netflix, all those OTT platform. You should watch a lot of movies. You should listen podcasts. You should watch, other you know, movies, listening music, and writing, blogs if you're really interested in writing. So I think these are the things. And there's a language exchange apps where you can connect with the natives, where you can converse with this native and can improve it. Like
Yeah,
I did this, I used to converse and contact with the native speaker. They helped me in learning new vocabulary and the cultural aspect of the Spanish language. So yes, don't forget that if
right,
you are working in corporate, you are done. You keep
yeah,
on learning and evolve yourself as a language expert. So yes,
right,
please go and watch all the OTTs and language, particular Spanish language movies, and listen to the songs and write blogs or listen to these, uh, you know, audio books that are available
right.
on Kindle. So I think these are the things that adds to
Hmm.
your, practice of language. Learning any foreign language is not just, you learn for 3 years and it's done. No, it's a
Yeah,
consistent process of improving your foreign language because
yeah,
this is not a native language. It's not a mother tongue. So I think this is what I did. I'm still learning. A lot of times, I come to know new vocabulary from my friends who are there in Chile
hmm,
because every country has their own vocabulary. As you know, as a teacher,
hmm,
when you meet other, language, natives from any other country, especially from Latin America, they have a different vocabulary.
yeah,
Spain has a different vocabulary.
right,
So you please just have friends from other countries, talk to them,
right.
connect with them any day. This will add and
Hmm,
help you any day to improve your
hmm,
language skills.
hmm.
So yes, these are the
Okay,
major things that you have to keep on doing it while
right.
working in corporate.
Interesting. That's interesting. So as we come along, this is my final question to Preeti, and after that we will take the comments that are there. So guys, please keep writing whatever questions you may have, and would love to know hear from you. what kind of doubts or questions you may have. So my last question, Preeti, is how do you see the future of Spanish language in corporates? आप इसको कैसे देखते हो? Are there going to be more opportunities in future? And people with qualifications of Delhi, especially, how do you see them progressing? And what kind? Because we would all like, the Spanish is increasing day and day in terms of number of students. We see in Cervantes also every year. In fact, एक study ने I heard that a few years ago that the Delhi branch of Cervantes Institute has the highest number of students across all its branches in the world. So India, as a country for Spanish students and Spanish languages, is really emerging. So how do you see, because now जितने ज़्यादा students पढ़ेंगे उतने ज़्यादा obviously they will look for opportunities. So how do you see the future of corporate training, I mean corporate work in Spanish? How do you see that in the next few years, and how does the future look
Yeah,
like?
definitely that there will be boom. Like still, there's a boom of foreign language resources. But future, yes, you never know. Like project comes, projects go. So you have to keep on an eye on those organizations which have somewhere business from this Spanish-speaking countries. So you should have the tie, or you keep an eye, or you keep on connected with those organizations. So you get. So yeah, in coming some years, you have a boom of tourism again. After COVID,
Yeah.
there was some it's a very it's the most affected field of business that we saw. But yes, in coming days, that yes, you will see the boom in travel tourism as well. And yes, in other we have OTT platforms where we need translator to translate the subtitles,
Mhm.
which is another
Right.
kind of job that you get. It's a part-time job. So for all the people who are don't
Right.
want to do from work from home, you can just
Right.
connect with the organization which provide you these kind of
Mhm.
projects, the
Mhm.
translation of subtitles and all that. So there's enough work. So I don't think
Mhm.
so in any field in coming years there will be less work. I think it's going to be increased a
Mhm.
lot. Like in corporate also, there's yes, you have to keep on just learning at the same time. You just not
Right.
like
Right.
okay, there's only one thing. You should be dynamic in learning a foreign
Right.
language. So yes, in
Right.
coming days, coming years, you will see a lot of new organizations establishing their business in all the major cities. If you talk about like Gurgaon, if you talk about Noida, yes, there are a lot of organization. You're
Mhm.
just sending your CVs to these organizations, so you never know when they have this. And
Mhm.
especially, I recently found one organization where they need Spanish teacher. If you talk about like one is the popular the Byju's, where you can teach
Yeah.
Spanish online. But yes,
Right.
it's not just one organization. There are other organizations which give you this kind of opportunity. So please just
Right.
check, research, and apply for these kind of works. And
Right.
definitely, yes,
Right.
be
Wonderful.
happy if you have learned a foreign language. You have an upper hand any day to
Wonderful. I
other professions.
think that's that's great to end this conversation on a very positive note. And so I think for all of you out there listening, please, आपने I'm sure अगर आप इस interview में आए हैं तो obviously you would have already started learning Spanish at some point or the other, or somebody may be in A1, somebody may be in B1. So please continue learning. I think that learning never stops. And even if corporates don't require more than B2, but I think you still should, as Preeti has said, that you should still achieve or aspire for more higher levels, so that will just improve your learning even more. And I think opportunities are there a lot for you all to get jobs. So please, I think you should make sure that you learn Spanish very well, and help others also know about the importance of learning Spanish. So Preeti, thank you very much. I'm just going to take some of the comments here. So I'm going to
Yeah.
take right from the back. So there are some questions. There are some just hello and hi's. There's also so Tanishq Dahiya is
Yeah.
saying hello,
Hi,
Preeti ma'am.
Tanish.
And
Hi, hi.
it's an interesting question by Narendran. Narendran asking Preeti if you can tell me that is there any Spanish language opportunities in automotive sector? So would you be able to tell us a little bit about that in automotive sector if
Well,
we have opportunity?
honestly speaking, automotive sectors, I never worked with this organization, but yes, long time back, I worked with one organization which used to deal with the tools. They used to procure like surplus machines from all Spain. So I know
Yeah.
that one organization that used to deal with this surplus machine. So I think you should try there. And if you have a technical
Mm-hmm.
knowledge about the automotive tools and other things, so you should try. There is not a lot of opportunity, but yes, there's rare. And I think if there is rare, still there's a hope. You can just check with those
Mm-hmm.
organizations if they have some
Yeah.
businesses from especially the Spain country
Mm-hmm.
or the one Latin American countries. They have some businesses with them,
Right.
but there's not a lot. But yes, there is a lot
Right.
of opportunity. People from medical background. If you know the medicines and you have a language
Mm.
knowledge, so yes, you have a lot of opportunity in medical
Okay.
field. You can just try,
Okay.
but there is not like consistent. But yes, there is some opportunity in medical field. You should try there.
Okay.
I hope I could
Okay.
give
I think.
a
Um,
good answer.
Yeah, I think uh, just to answer all that, to add to what Preeti is saying, I think automotive may there are opportunities probably that even I'm not exactly aware of. But then if you research more, I think a lot of Latin American countries are there, जहाँ पे companies like Tata Motors and some other companies, although more of them are sort of software companies, but Tata Motors is and even Hero, yeah, which was
Yeah,
earlier with Hero Honda.
yeah.
Now they have separated. So Hero Corp is there in a lot of Latin American countries. So I think Narendran, if you're looking for automotive sector, I think Spain may not be the sort of a key country for you. Because हमारा India हमारा Spain के साथ I think automotive में probably we don't have too much of
Mm.
collaborations, but definitely I'm actually part of a WhatsApp group जहाँ पे there are diplomats and
Yes,
businessmen who are working in Latin America, and they keep sharing a lot of information. So that's why I'm able to tell you that there's a presence of these companies in Latin America, and which requires Spanish as well. So I think you can check that out. Yeah. So
yes,
Ritika
yes,
is asking,
definitely.
what about those who are not from finance background? I think she's referring to your comment जब आपने कहा था the top four companies, ENY and PwC and others. But you said that Preeti, that उसमें आपको finance का background should be there. So she's asking, what about those who are not from finance background? Will they have to spend their life in BPO and all? So
Mm.
what do you have to say about
No,
that?
no. Well, Ritika, I would like to answer if you heard me right. I talk about just one aspect like finance. If you don't have, there's still hope. There's a lot other organization. If you want to work in marketing, there is a one organization it's called Lestic. If you can just check with them, they have opportunity. You just go, and if you have a
Mm-hmm.
marketing experience, then only. If you have a marketing background or the qualification in the marketing or sales, then they have some opportunity for them. And yes, finance, there's just not, it was just one part, finance, but yes, customer care, it's not bad. There's a lot of organizations that give you good package at the same time, good working environment where you can learn, uh, you know, customer dealing, and then you can become team lead and then managers, and later on, according to your, choice, if you want to go ahead with that particular career, so you can go and you get a lot of handsome salary. And as a person, over like
Right.
more than 7 years in this corporate, I would say like they give you stable job. If you really want to be in the corporate, you get a stable job, a stable career in that. At the same time, you will learn a lot other things. So please just
Mm-hmm.
don't be disheartened if you're not from finance background. You will get a lot of the opportunities. There are Amazon. Amazon have a lot of opportunity for the language export. So please
Yeah.
apply there.
Yeah.
It is not just
Yeah.
translation or BPO type of work. There are other things. There are thousand catalog and designing, review, content reviewer. There's a lot of even YouTube have this kind of job. So please just try. Yeah, in these organizations, Google have the this opportunity for the language expert. Please go ahead with these organizations. And one
Mm.
more is American Express. Please, this is for the finance background. But yes, you will learn a lot of the things there. So please just check with these organizations. You will have a good career there.
Yeah, I
I hope
think
I could answer your
that's
question, Ritika.
yeah. I hope so too. I think that's very important to make this thing aware that to people that not just with finance background but even others that can get. In fact, Preeti herself is the best example, because as I said, Preeti, you did your BA and MA in Spanish, which it was all about literature. I don't know अगर आपने इसके बाद whether you did some other finance certifications or not, but the fact that after this you are working with a reputed company, that shows that it's not just all about finance. So you can always get into good companies with other backgrounds as well. But yes, what Preeti said right at the beginning is very important, guys, that you should have some other qualifications or expertise, academic expertise apart from the foreign language, because foreign language can really add to you, not just in terms of salaries, but also in terms of opportunities. So I think from that perspective, it's very
Yes.
good. Guri is asking, what about software field, like software development and others? I think उसमें प्रीति आपने पहले ही कहा था that IT sector is a very
Yes.
key sector. तो उसमें anything you would like to add to this?
Well, I have no such experience in software, but just I have some friends who told me that they need some language expert, but yes, they need only the trainer part. And if you are a if you are a software expert or something related to technical field, yes, there are opportunities in overseas. So you can check with some organization who offers you. I think it will be an edge for you if you have a language, knowledge of Spanish, any foreign language. So I
Right.
think yes, you will have an upper hand if you are working in IT field. There are a lot of organization
Right.
in Bangalore, Pune. So some of my friends, they
Mhm.
are working in
Yeah.
IT field. They told me yes, they need sometimes to work with the client, and as per the
Mhm.
projects, they need to have a basic as in like at least B1 level of Spanish,
Yeah.
so that they can work with the client. They
Mm.
can be because many times our clients are not good with the English. So for them, we need to have a language resource. So you can't, have a
Right.
language resource simultaneously while working with those projects. So yes, there is a good opportunity. You can check with some organization, Guri.
Right. I think that's. I think I hope Puri that answers your question. Ritika का एक और question है Preeti about, but I think वो context मुझे याद नहीं आ रहा है. That so she said that if Ritika you can probably ask this question again. As a fresher, what are those things we must add? So I think she had posted this question when you were talking about uh, as a fresher what one needs to do. So इसमें Ritika, I don't know if you can probably rephrase your question with the context. I think Preeti would be able to answer that. But I think, yeah, Chavi Manchanda is asking, what all add-on courses would you suggest along with Spanish? I think that's a very good question, Preeti. So if
Yeah.
you can answer this,
Hi,
आप
Chavi. How
Spanish
are
के अलावा और
you?
क्या add-on कर सकते हो?
Well, Chavi,
Yeah.
I think you have already done your master's, and if you really want to go in academics, you should, go further with teaching jobs. That will help you. Actually, earlier there was a course which used to happen in our Delhi University. Now they stopped doing it, but yes, you can do it from this from Cervantes. They have a teaching course, so I think you can just have that teaching course done from that particular the Cervantes. Have the certification, and you are good to go in academics. And yes, if you really want to go the corporate, which we are talking about, yes, you're already done. So your level is quite good. So you can go ahead with
Mm.
this any corporate jobs. So I
Okay.
think
Okay.
Chavi, you
Great.
can
I hope that
apply
answers.
anywhere. Yeah.
Okay. Great. So I'm just going to scroll up a bit. Ritika, if you are there, you can probably rephrase that question with the context because I think वो important था because she's asking as a fresher what are those things we must add, but I think we don't know yet what is the
Can you,
context. So
yeah, Ritika, can you please just tell me once again what exactly you're asking me, what you want to add apart from like
mm,
Spanish? If, as I
yeah.
said, in teaching, yes, you have to have a Delhi B2 till C1 at least, so that you can, recognize as a good teacher. And it depends on your teaching skills and your own personal knowledge, how good you are, how good you can teach the student. So yes, please just practice a lot the grammar part and your teaching skills, how good you can, teach any particular topic. So that for the teaching. The rest, if you want to go in tourism, I don't think so. You should have a good speaking skills where we need a good speaker. So yeah, please
Yeah.
practice a lot in your verbal skills. Rest, yes, there's ample of opportunity in corporate. But yes, there you don't have to write all the time. It depends organizations, job profile, what kind of nature of the work they have in the organization. So please prepare accordingly, research well, and then you go ahead with those jobs. And if you're applying for those jobs.
Yeah. I think Ritika का एक और क्वेश्चन था which level B1 is sufficient with normal diploma certificate. I think प्रीति ने पहले भी आंसर किया था that अगर आपको corporate में जाना है तो B1 is the minimum. But I think as she mentioned, you should always aspire for more. So I think if you do B2 and C1, I think it will really add on to your opportunities to improve and sort of increase your packages as well. So I
Yeah,
think doing
Siddharth, I
always
want to add one
more
more
and
thing.
more.
I
Yeah,
I want to add one more thing. Like
yeah,
one thing which is really important in corporate, like language is one thing. That is the linguistic skills. But at the same time, you should learn how to use Microsoft Excel, which is really important because
hmm,
at the end of the day, you'll be working on data. So these days,
yeah,
data is corporate, and we work on a lot of data. So you should know how to use the Excel.
mm,
So please just go ahead with
mm,
the, learning Excel, Power BI,
right,
these things. Yes. So these days,
yeah,
this is really in demand, and I would say we go for these kind of the course which I'm talking about, the technical course. Yes, I was talking about these courses. So please
mm,
just go ahead with this, improve your Excel, and if you want to be more into this
mm,
data, so please learn Power
right,
BI and other courses they offer these days. The data analytics these days are very much
uh,
in boom. So please
yeah,
just you
yeah,
can go ahead with
yeah.
these courses.
Yeah, I think data analytics is something that in almost every field, be it education, I am in the field of education, Preeti, and we are run a lot by data now, and data has become an important part of how we go about, sort of judging our own performances as well. So it's very important that data analytics and, as you said, Excel and Power B1 and those are all, I think, technical skills obviously are very, very important along with language skills.
Yes.
So I think after today's conversation, what is going to come out is that just learning Spanish is not enough. You need to really upgrade with your other skills, and with that, when you have Spanish, then it really adds like icing on the cake, as you said some time back. No,
Yeah, it is.
um,
It is.
yeah. So one of my very good friends, Sanjana, who goes by the name of Trippy Lunatics, she's putting in some interesting comments here. So she's saying, yes, to have some skills handy like Power BI1 Excel and then management skills or role, one need to upskill themselves. So yeah,
Yes.
I think
Yes.
obviously very important, not just in corporate, but even in teaching, you need to continue to upgrade your methods and your styles of teaching. I think that will help you in good sense. So yeah, thank you so much, guys, for all those comments. I think I've taken all the previous comments here. Agar we may still have Preeti, I think some 5 minutes more we can spend, है ना? And
Yeah. Yeah.
we can see if some more people want to add some more comments or ask some more questions. Please do feel free to do that. I'm just
Hmm.
trying to see if there are any comments before that I have missed out. I think Harsh ne commented that tourism sounds more interesting as we get opportunity to practice our Spanish in real time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a very fair point, Harsh, because when we are in tourism, we are dealing with natives who come, be it inbound or outbound tourism. So उसमें काफी कुछ सीखने को मिलता है and it's important that yeah, people in tourism do get to have a good experience as well. Uh, okay. Any other comment if anyone has, can please feel free. I think these are words of wisdom by Preeti, and thank you so much, Preeti. आज काफी you've been able to unravel for us what all corporate Spanish requires or I think because many people on my LinkedIn, they had told me that, sir, why don't you do this, this conversation? And it's been pending since a long time. And just to tell you guys, I've been chasing Preeti since a long time. And of course, she has been busy with her
Yeah,
corporate life. And of course, Preeti also likes to travel a lot. So she also travels whenever she gets some time off. So उस speech में, we have not had the time to get this, but finally it's great that we are doing it, and it's wonderful to learn more about what all requirements are there. And I hope this is going to be useful. Obviously, for those who are not, who might have missed out, this video will be uploaded on the YouTube channel as well after we end this meeting. So in a few days' time, I'll upload it on my YouTube channel. So those of you who may not have watched it completely or have just joined, or people who have not joined at all, they can always watch it again. So
yeah,
yeah, I think not many more comments. Of course, Sanjana is saying, I've learned from the best profe. You have scolded me so much, and right now it's paying off. Well, I don't remember Sanjana ever having scolded you, but anyway, I think the fact that you are learning and you are enjoying your Spanish and it's paying off as a teacher, I feel that's wonderful. So yesterday was Teachers' Day, so you've given me. I think when a teacher gets a compliment like this, that's the best Teachers' Day gift that you can
yeah.
get. So thank you so much. So yeah, I think with this, Preeti, we can finish this. Any
Yeah,
last thoughts you have to end? Anything that you would like
well,
to share before we end?
I would just add, if you're learning any foreign language, you should just, enjoy that journey of learning any foreign language. You should, love that particular language if you're doing it. Like what I did, I was badly in love with that when I started it, and I'm still in love with that. I don't want to leave it despite my job profile where I have to use Spanish according to my work. But
Right.
still, I love to teach. I am still associated with a lot of work. Where I can, still learning a new teaching technique because because I love teaching. So
Mhm.
I think you should keep on evolving in your journey of learning foreign language. And I
Yeah.
think learning of any foreign language is like giving you, another identity as a native, which I believe
Mhm.
that after learning a foreign language,
Mhm.
we could connect with more people. Like this is
Mhm.
what I've learned. Like when we were in college, we used to were excited to meet new people. I used to tell like we can understand you Spanish. Whenever I used to travel any mountain, any I find some people who were speaking Spanish. So I used to talk a lot. So please just never leave any learning your and for I want to say like you should not just stop after completing your levels. You should keep on learning. Enjoy the
Yeah.
journey and yes,
Yeah.
add more in your profile so that you have a good career ahead. So this is what I've learned over
Yeah.
a period of time. That's why I'm sharing with you. Please just enjoy your language learning profile. Okay?
Right. Right.
So
Right.
I
Right.
hope that
Right.
can help some people, my knowledge which I've shared today. So please
Yeah.
just go ahead and apply accordingly. I've already shared the names of the organization and please do research before applying for those organizations. So
Mm.
yeah, this is all from my side. If in
I
case
think.
anyone wants to learn Spanish, yes, Siddharth is a good teacher and not just good teacher, he's very experienced and good teacher. And if you and at the same time, we both are teaching and learning at the same time. You can connect with us anytime. So please just go and read a lot of books. And
Yeah. Yeah.
so this is what I
I
want to
think.
say.
No.
Please,
Thank you.
please connect
Yeah.
with Siddharth.
Thank you so much. And I think for corporate, you can always now that you have been in this session, so you can always follow Preeti Ravi for more and connect with her, and you can connect on one-to-one basis as well and gain some more experience regarding corporate. So thank you so much, guys. I think just going to take some more comments
Thank
here. So
you,
yes,
everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Siddharth,
yeah, thank you. I'll just
for
take
this
some more
lovely
comments.
opportunity.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you, Preeti. I'll just take some more comments before we finish. Yeah. So Trippy Lunatics is saying that rather than overthinking, one needs to take advantage of the situation and speak more, interact more. That's very important. And yeah, before that, it was IT Arun K Raheja is saying that keep learning. That's important as well. And Chavi, thank you so much for finding this session insightful, and thank you so much. Rupa as well for this for enjoying this session. I hope all of you have enjoyed. So great. So we will
Thank
finish
you.
this. Thank you, Preeti, for being
Thank you,
here, and hope
Siddharth.
to have some more sessions. Yeah.
Yeah,
Take care.
definitely. We'll
Adios.
have more session like this. Adios. Ciao.